Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we've got a new mold tonight, and it is a dragon in like a crystal edged egg. So I measured it. It takes 15 ounces, and I'm going back and forth on, do I pour it with deep pour or do I try the regular let's resin. So I haven't decided yet, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the dragon in the deep blue. I'm going to do the crystal edge in the dark magenta, and these are the Let's Resin Intense Chameleon powders. And then I'm going to do the egg part in the fairy green. So I don't know. I did get a few other molds. I was contemplating doing this one because it only takes 4 ounces, and it's like a little treasure chest, and it has the little locks on it. So yeah, I kind of been going back and forth. So I know this one here I could do and be for tomorrow. So you know what? Why don't we do this one? I'm going to keep these colors right here, and we will do this one for the next video. That way, I have been painting all day, guys. I'm a mess. So this mold here came with another book box. So we will be doing that. And I got my other hardware mold in. And then I got these, which are a whole bunch of different flowers and butterflies. So we've got this butterfly, these butterflies, and a ladybug. And then we have got these little flowers. So we can do these in resin as well as the mixed to mold. And then we got these, all different types of flowers. These are some like sunflowers. And we've got these. We've got some more leaves and some more different flowers. I would say these are roses. And I would say these are roses as well. So we have got a bunch of extra things if we need to. So I measured this. This takes 4 ounces. I'm hoping it's dry. That is because I just measured it. So I'm just, originally I was going to do this, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, it still seems damp. So all right, hopefully that dried it out. All right, so I'm assuming this one gets poured like this, because we do have the side piece here. Then this is the base, and these are the little hardware things, which I believe will go in here. So I'm not quite sure how this goes together, so this could be interesting, but this one only takes 4 ounces. So let me pick out a color that I want to brush in the mold, because I figured if there is still some wet spots, if I'm brushing it with something, then we should be able to get rid of any wet spots, I'm hoping. I just don't want to have an area not cure because there is water in there. And if looks like there was a drop there. And I don't think we could turn this inside out. See, it still looks wet in there. That's my only... it's my only... We're going to wait because it's going to be a nightmare if that is still wet in there. So we're going to go back to plan A. All right, let me grab my colors. And we're going to start with the magenta because I want to do just these crystals in the magenta. So I'm going to try and use up what we can. And I will have to clean up the edges, I'm sure. Well, not the edges, but the, like the shell part. I am sure. And then I want to fill this with black. It's a really stiff mold, so it is not going to flip inside out. So I'm just kind of using my thumb and trying to kind of hold that down so that I can get towards the bottom. All right, that looks pretty good down. So we're probably gonna end up like with some bubbles, I'm assuming, because there are so many little crevices in here. So I've got my upstairs room is almost done. I have just 2 little walls when you walk into the bedroom. Everything else has been done and had 2 coats. I had to run to Home Depot and get more paint. So, yeah. I will be glad when that project is done. See, there's still some areas that, all right, maybe I got to use a bigger brush. Yeah, bigger brush, and we're gonna definitely have more cleanup, but I want to make sure that I'm getting all of those little crevices. Okay, so we're done with the magenta. And grab a baby wipe. So we might have multicolors in this shell. because this is a nightmare in here. You know, and because I'm tired, I don't have the patience that I normally would have. Just trying to get like the bulk of it. And I'm going to take this brush and a clean paper towel and see if I can clean it out this way a little bit better. And I'll try that. So it seems like getting it wet and then going in with the paper towel is definitely helping. It's not going to be 100%. I already know that just by looking at it. Now, maybe if I had used like a regular mica powder, it might have cleaned up a little bit better. But I mean, it's an eggshell, so if there's a little bit of the magenta in the green, I'm okay with it because the two colors do match. Ooh. All right. So let me try and clean the dragon up. I'd rather have the dragon be a little bit cleaner than the egg. And that blue is pretty intense, so it might, you know, it might not kind of show through, or this pink won't show through if I get the bulk of it up. So, note to self, this is going to be a pain in the butt if you're trying to do multicolors. I'm just letting you know right now. And let me try a Q-tip and see. We can get some of the bulk of it out. All right, we're just gonna we are going to move on, guys. So I'm going to do the blue next. Deep blue. And let me clean this. So we'll do the dragon. In this deep blue. So I'm like, well, as long as the colors all match, it shouldn't be too bad. We will see. I'm just trying to get like the edge of the dragon. And this is a brand new mold, so I don't even really know where the dragon ends and the crystals and the shells start. So yeah, you know, always the fun of something new. All right. I'm just trying to make sure like those little grooves in there are covered. All right. So and again, I'm just kind of wiping the bulk, of the blue. All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of blue and a little bit of magenta with the green in the shell. So let's do the fairy green. And then I will get my resin mixed up. And I'm gonna use this bigger brush. So I'm not going to do any painting tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a couple of projects out because I have the art walk on Friday. So I will, you know, be able to demold whatever in the morning. But I didn't want to be completely exhausted for the art walk, because there's a lot, you know, that goes into it. I get all the setup and all that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take tomorrow off from painting. And I've only got a little bit left. My husband's going to get the trim boards tomorrow because we took all the baseboard heaters out. So we need to replace, you know, where those were with some trim boards. So he's going to get them, and then I can get them painted and he can get those put in. All right. So I hope this still comes out cute, even though, you know, we have some mixed up colors. All right, and I'm gonna get the I believe I still have some of the Let's Resin black resin. So I'm going to get 15 ounces mixed up. And then I will come back and we will get this poured. Alrighty, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I'm just double checking to make sure. I mixed up 16 ounces just to be on the safe side. And I figured we could always just pour something little. All right. Now, I'm really, really pushing my luck with this. But we will see. So this is just the Let's Resin. Part A is colored black and the part B is just clear. So I just mixed that up. And hopefully it doesn't flash cure on me. All right, so I'm just gonna try to get into the little crevice areas and that dragon. All right, and I'm gonna stop about there, and I'm gonna run the resin where those crystals are. I'm gonna try to get it on where those crystals are. Just to try to help it from having like little air pockets in them crystals. Okay. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. I'm just going to take, after I take a little bit out, because it is really full. Find a bigger stick here. I mean, I want it domed, but I don't want it going over either. Okay, let's see. So, and there's not really a big lip to get any trapped bubbles, I'm hoping. All right, so when I get this done, I have got to go up and, oh my gosh, take a shower. I feel disgusting. So I will get my shower in. I'll give this, you know, by the time I get that, I'll come back down and just check on this to make sure that, you know, we're not smoking and I got to run it outside or some stupid thing like that. All right, so let me grab, let's color this little turtle. What color is this? Let's do Galaxy, and we'll just just because where I already have the black, I might as well, you know, color the shell and see what we get. Because I'm all out of the 5th color. I think it was the darker green. I'm not sure. Okay. And this takes just over an ounce, so all right, pop that bubble. So we should have enough to be at least close. And if it wouldn't, you know, dump it out of the mold, I might have enough. So I was using my big mixer and that pooched out. I got to recharge it, so I had to switch over to the hand mixer and all right, so that is as full as it's going to get. And I don't even dare spray that one. Okay, so we can see that's degassing good. This looks good. Lightly sprayed it. Alrighty, guys. I will be back on, hopefully on demold and not because I'm, you know, smoking down here. So we will see. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back. Alrighty, guys, we didn't have any flash cure. I scraped the container and I did up these little butterflies. Oh, those are really pretty. So I just painted the mold with that dark blue. Look at that. So I do have a little bit of cleanup. But it just peels right off. So there's one. So I had enough to do the 2. A big one and a little one. Ooh. That is gorgeous. So we are going to be able to make a lot of, you know, like extras that then we can use in some of our other resin pieces, or we could put this like on top of a box. And I got no bubbles, thank goodness. All right. Let's get, I love these little turtle molds. Oh, he is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. No bubbles, nice and shiny. All right, now for the main event. I am dying to see if we manage to make a disaster or a gorgeous piece. We are about to find out. And I'm definitely going to have to get some alcohol in here, because this does not feel like it's going to demold very easy. But if we can get that alcohol in there and break that suction, there we go. You can see how it's just breaking that suction. So now we can start trying. And my arms are sore from painting. Hang on, guys. I gotta do this off camera. At least get it started. Okay. Look, I almost had a section up over the egg part. Almost had it. And my fingers gave out. Wow, this is difficult, guys. All right, I'm gonna try it this way. If I can use the palm of my hand. There we go. Oh. So we're gonna have some bubbles, because you can see there are still a little bit of stuff in there, but oh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous, guys. Oh. So we have a few little bubbles in the little tips. We have a few in here, but you really can't see them. Oh, he is beautiful. So I'm going to take my black marker here, and we're going to give him some eyes. So I'll get his eyes colored, then I'll give him a nice sparkle in his eye. Oh, he is beautiful. And who would have thought that I would have liked dragons? I would have never, ever thought that I liked dragons. All right, so let's give just a little bit of highlight here. just because the piece is, you know, so dark, I figured at least if we kind of get a little bit of highlights on some of the areas, will, you know, just kind of help define, so you can actually like kind of tell what, you know, that it is like a dragon in there. And I am going to go down the rest of the spine. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, almost made a boo-boo. I wasn't going to do the whole horn, but I think it definitely needed it. I think he is adorable. Even though he has a few bubbles, I think he's still so cute. All right. And grab my white. And we're just going to give him a little bit of a sparkle here. Now his nose is in here. He's got two little nostrils. And I think what I'm going to do is we might as well add a little bit of the silver to this top. You know, just, it kind of just differentiates between the gems and the egg. You know, just kind of breaking that up just a little bit. don't have to add a lot, but oh, I think he's beautiful. Now, I was trying to figure out how I could have made this part clear, but yet do the rest in the black for the chameleon. So I will have to trim this a little bit, but oh, I'm loving that mold. I absolutely am. All right, so let's do our little turtle dude here. So we're just giving him a little face. And just highlight the center of that one. And we're just gonna do that little bit. On the outside to give a little something. Yeah, just like that. This one I think I'm just gonna leave the center just to keep it a little different. So that's our project for today, guys. Let me know what you think. We will definitely be making some more of these. Especially now that I, you know, like this color and this color are similar. But, you know, we could do him in a light color. And then maybe a medium and then a dark. So I'm going to play around with it. There is a little bit of that other color in here, but you really can't see it with the color shift. So I'm really, really happy with that. So if this doesn't sell at the Art Walk tomorrow, it will be on my website. Probably by Monday, and I will just put a like a cork piece on the bottom. There's a few little bubbles around here, but that, I mean, it's the bottom, so I'm not too worried. There are a few little bubbles at the bottom, but you really, I mean, just looking at it, you can't see. They're minute. So yeah, I think he's adorable. Alrighty, guys, have a great day. Bye.